So I've started the live streaming of this video of this class. Akman, you're welcome to class. Favor, you are welcome to class. So we are going to begin a new topic today, and which is called data type. So Akman, you are welcome. Uh, Please can you unmute so that I can know that you are in class? Akman, kindly unmute. Are you in class, Akman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I believe you can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? Okay, Akma have left us. So, before we commence, Favor, can you give us a brief introduction of what we learned on our previous class? Okay, Oyemi, you're welcome to class.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's already 8 o'clock. You're welcome. So, kindly give us what we learned on our last class, okay? Before I start the topics of today.
Okay, during the last class, we discussed about variable, we discussed about comment, multi-comment, and single comment using hash, using one column and two apostrophe, right? Yes, and double quote for comment. And we discussed that when you are using one quote, you can't use the two quote again. What you use in the first one must be what you use to close. So if you are using double quote, you must use the double quote to quote. And if you are using single quote, you must use a single quote to close. And we discussed that comment is just to give a details of, of the code. And also we talk about declaring a variable. And when we discuss about declaring a variable, we can declare a variable one by one, and also we can is it multi we can declare it on a with a single statement. Let me use that way. Can declare it in a single statement. And we thought that
Thank you for today. Okay, thank you for the brief explanation. Thank you for the brief explanation. And so we are going to talk on the topic of today. And first of all, now what comes to your mind when you hear the word data type? Data types. What comes to your mind? Do you have any idea? Hello,
yes,
guys.
just yes, I'm with you. Just like in Excel and SQL, you say data type can be it is category it is the categories of data, the kind of data. We have the date format, the string, numbers, and decimal, and so on like that.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Oyemi. So, you have given me your own explanation of data type. Now, let's see what Google talks about what data type. So, let me share my screen to Google and see how Google explain data type for us. See my screen. Akpam, can you see my screen? Owoyemi, can you see my screen to Google?
Yes, I'm seeing. I'm seeing.
Okay, Akman, can you briefly read what Google talk about data type? Hello, Akman, can you briefly explain what Google talks about data type?
It says in programming and data science, a data type is an attribute that tells a computer system how to interpret data. interpret a value, determining what kind of operations can be performed on it.
Okay, thank you, Akpam. So, Gogo briefly explained it for us, and also Woyemi has also explained it for us. Now, it's a type of what attributes that tell a computer system on how to what interpret a value. Now, when we talk about value, we have different type of values. Now, in Python, we have what we call what data type, and we have various type of data type, which is what the numeric data type, the character data type. So now let me look at the common type of what data type. So look at the dam of it, you see. Now the common type of the common programming data type mostly used in programming language are categorized into primitive and non-primitive. Now we are going to focus on what the primitive. This primitive, we are going to talk about what integers. Our integers are just our numbers, whole numbers, fraction and all. Now let's talk about floating point. Any value with point is what our floating point. Now any integer with point is what a floating point. Now number with decimal point is usually for what fraction. So we have what our character, we have what character, and also we have what string. We have what we call what boolean, and also we have what we call none and undefined. Now there are so many data type, but we are going to make use of the few we can make use of. So now, just I explained, we have what numerical data type. So we are going to see the numerical data type of what Python. So I want to share my screen to Google, please. I want to share my screen to Google. If you can see it, you can indicate using the sticker. So this is my screen, Google. So it, can you see it? Hello, can you see it? Okay, good. Yeah, you can see it. Now, since you can see it, let's see some of the examples. So let me write out what the activities of today. So the activities of today is what data type. So data type. So data type. So the data types. Now under the data type, we have what? Numerical data type. Numerical data type. So under the numerical data type, now let's see example of what numerical data type. Now this numerical data type, we have to what? Declare our variable. In numerical data type, we have to what? Declare our variable. Let's see an example. An example is just an whole a single number. Now, when I declare var1, then assign it to var1, assign it to what? 10. So when I assign it to 10, now this is what a data type, integer data type under what numerical data type. So we have numerical. Now under the numerical, we have what the integer, the floating point and all. So now I'm going to comment it now. In this place, I'm going to comment it as what? Integer. Integer what? Data type. So integer data type. Now, so we have gotten it, and I believe in the beginning of this class, or yeah, when I begin this training, I always use what variable and also assigning to value. Now we have seen that in a whole number is what? An integer. Now let's look at floating point, floating data type. Now this floating data type are value with what? Point, as we just said. So let's see an example of what a floating data type. So I'm going to declare var2. Now this var2, I'll assign it to what? Let's say 78.2. Now, because it has points, it's what a floating data type. Floating what data type. So now these are the examples of what data type. Now there's a way to check if truly is what the data type. Now look at how you can what check if truly is what the data type. Now let me just print it out first. When I print it out, let me just call our var1. Now when I print our var1, when I print our var1, it will give us 10, right? Now let's see how can we check what how can we check the type. Now let's see how we can do it. For us to check the type, there's 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 a function you use to what to check the type. Now we use the function like this. We say type, then we say var2. Now when I type and added var2, it will give us the result. Oh, this var1. So I'm going to use our print for it. Let me use our print for it. So now when I run it, you see the class is what integer. I believe you can see what it display for us. Did you see class integer int?
Yes.
So now let me just copy this. Let me just copy this and paste it to our float. When I paste it here like this, I change it to 2 and also change this to 2. Now look at it. You see, it printed it out and it said class float. This is how you can what check. This is how you can what check. Now, in data type, there's something we called complex. Now, is when you say complex data type. Now let's search on Google what is the meaning of what complex data type. So I will share my screen to what Google for you to see. So complex data type. So I'm sharing it. Please wait for a few minutes and you see it. Now our complex. Let me share the screen to Google or complex. In complex data type or composite data type are what data structure built by combining primitive type like integer, string or boolean into organized collection or mathematical representation. This is the explanation of an example I'm going to show you. Please take note of it. Complex data type are composition data type. They are built in combining primitive data type. So I will share my screen back to Google Colab. Let's see an example of what complex data type. So in complex data type, okay, let me just copy this, copy and paste. Now in complex data, let me use var3, variable 3. Let's say in complex data type is like mathematical expression. Now let's say 24 plus 10 or 40, let's say 13, or let me add j. Now when I add j, now you see that we have different data type here. Hello, can you see that we have different data type?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Tell me how many data type is here.
Two, the
There are
integer.
two data types.
Okay, two data type. You see, that is why it's called complex because I combined what two data type. We have the what integer and what and the character data type. Now, since I'm going to change it to three, I'm going to change it to three, change this to three. Now let's see what will be our result. Now, did you see that the class it belong to what is complex. The class it belongs to is what complex. So please take note of it. Take note of it. It's complex. So we are going to move forward and see. Please, you are in class. Please tag favor to join. Please tag favor. Oweyemi, can you read it for me?
All right, man. All right, sir.
So I'm waiting. Just tag him. Tag her, so you can join the class. Okay. Favor is back. Oweyemi, Favor is here.
All right.
So let's move on. Favor, you're welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, I had network issues.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I understand. Okay, understand. Let's move on. As soon as we end the class, kindly glance through the video again. Okay.
All right,
So,
I will.
we have just talked about complex data type. Complex data type is combining two different data type together. Now, it can be like mathematical expression. So we have just shown an example of what complex data type. So moving forward, we are going to move into what under the data type we are going to move into what the boolean. Now, when you hear boolean, what comes to your mind? Have you heard about the word boolean before? So I just want to hear from you before I can explain.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
Akman, you have heard. Favor, have you heard about Boolean? Favor, have you heard about Boolean? Is Favor in class or is still having network issue? Hello? Okay, I guess Favor is still having network issue. Okay, Favor is having network issue. So I'm trying to explain the Boolean on Google Colab for us to see. Now, okay, Owoyemi, kindly explain what you understand by Boolean.
Okay. Boolean data type is a true or false statement.
Okay, good. True or false statement. So now look at what I explained. So it's true or false what statement. So Boolean data type, Boolean data type can only have what two possible value. Two possible value, true or false. True or what? False. Now we are going to see an example. We are going to see an example of what? Uh if true or false. We are going to see an example of what the true and false. So now please take notes. Anything boolean is two word, true or false. So Favor, are you back with us? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Thank you for that. Now let's see an example of what boolean. So I'm going to use bool. I'll say bool1. Now bool1 is equal to, let's say, true. Then when I run it, it will run. We will see our results. So we'll move to the next one. I'll add the code again. Let me just copy this and paste it here. Then I will change it to 2 because please take note, this bool2 is just a variable name. Oh. Please take note is a variable name. Let's say false. Now false. So we are going to check the type. So I'm going to run it. Now let's check the type for these two words value. Now for me to check the type, and I'm going to add a code again. I'll say print. Let's say print. Let's say print bool1. Bool1. So you see, when I'm typing, you see that Google Colab have already suggest what I want to type. So that is the simplicity of what Google Colab. Take note. So Google Colab can what suggest for you, but VS Code can also suggest for you if you download the library. If you download the library, okay. So I'm working on it. So you see the results. I believe you saw the results. Hello guys.
Yes, you do, sir.
Now
Yes,
what is
yes.
the result? It print out true, right? Now let's see the type. Let's see what the type. I'm going to write out what the type, which is type. Now type is like checking for what the categories. Now I want to run it now. It will show me is a class of what bool. Is a class of what bool. Is a class of what bool. Now, to tell you that the system have recognized it as a boolean, please take note. This is how you check the category of what data type using your what type. Please take note of all I have done so far. So I believe you understand before I move forward.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay, now let me move forward. Now, do you know that true, true and false is still the same as 0 and 1? Please, I want you to respond.
Yes.
Do you know if true and false is equal to 1, 1 and 0? Have you done mathematics
Ah,
before? Okay, good. Okay, still the same way. You still some switch. You see some switch also have 0 and 1 as off and on. So still the same way. It's like they use bool for our switch. They also use it for our binary and all. So it's just similar. So our binary work with two values, 0 and 1. So this same way bool work with what true and false, and true represent what 1, and true represent what 1, and false represent 0. So let's see an example of what I just explained. Let's say bool 0. Remember the name, normally the system recognize it as bool, right? So let's see bool 0. Now bool 0, let's see the outcome. False. Did you see it provided a result called what? False. Now let's see bool 1. Bool 1. You see true. To tell you that 0 and 1 is what? True and what? False. Okay, so let's move on. I believe you understand it, and please take note on how you can what check for what true and false using your bool. So let's move on to the next, and there's something we called string. Have you heard about string? Have you heard about the word string? Hello guys.
Yes.
String. 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 Now, when you hear the word string, what comes to your mind? Let me hear from you before we can see the Google definition of what string.
Letters, alphabet.
Okay. Alphabet letters. Okay, you are right. And alphabet letters. So let's see. Let's see what Google tell us about what string. Now, you know, normally, uh, in terms of medicine, when you present uh, a medical lab report to a doctor, the doctor might know that result is true, but the doctor will still have to ask you to what, go for their own test again. Why? Who can tell me why? Hello, 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 guys.
I think to be for them to be
To be
very
sure.
sure,
To be sure. You said to be sure. Favor said to be sure. Okay. Oh wait, I mean, what do you said? What do you say?
to be sure of what,
To be
to be
sure.
sure. Yes,
Okay. Now, to be sure. To be sure is okay, but sometimes some doctors will like to what, diagnose the patient properly. They don't know how, what type of machine they used. So for them to be sure, they go for what, their own test to be sure of what the outcome will be. Thank you for that, Favor, and thank you, Owoyemi. So to be sure, now I believe you have said it. So now for me to be sure, so let's see what Google will tell us about what string. Now I will share my screen to what Google. Google. Okay, let me share my screen to Google. I want to share it to a Google call. You can see my screen from to. I believe you can see the screen to Google.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah. Now, what is string? Now, they gave us different definition, but this is not the what type of the type of string I'm talking about, but in computer programming language. Now, in computer programming language, in software, a string is a sequence of what, character, letter, number, or symbols. Oh wait, I mean, what did you say? So what is string? What do you say about string?
I say string are letters or alphabet, letters and alphabet, letters or
Yeah.
alphabet.
Please take notes. String are both letters, number, and symbols. Okay. You see, that's why I told you that I want to be sure of what uh string is all about. Now, string is what, letter, number, or symbols. So in programming language, this is applied to what, all programming language, in Java, in SQL, in Python, any programming language, string is referred to that. Okay. So let me share my screen towards Google Colab. So so I believe you can see it. Definitely you can see it now. I've seen the definition of what string. Now let's look at what string creation. Let's see some example of what string creation. So let's see an example of strings creation. Now we are going to use a variable name called srot. I'm going to use that variable name srot, stro. Let's say string one is equal to Now, in declaring a variable, sorry, a string, please, when you are declaring a string, you use your quotes. This indicates that you are working on what? A string. Now we have the single quote and the double quote. When you want to use the single quote, you use the single quote. But when you want to use the double quote, you use the double quote. But as time goes on, I will tell you the difference between what? The double quote and single quote. So let's move on. So let me type hello world. Just say hello. Let's say hello Python or hello world. Okay, hello world. Now hello world. When I print it out, you see it will print out what? Our string value. So I will create a minute for you to ask question, then I'll continue again. If you do not understand, you can ask questions. So after this, I will ask you if you have understand this part. So now this is a string. We have created a string, and it's an example of what? A string. Now I explained about quotes, single quote and double quote. Now let's see this single quote. They are the same, or it will give us the same result. But when we are moving forward, you see, it will give us the same result. I'm using the single quote, so it will give us the same result. Now, uh, we also have what? Triple quote, triple quote, triple quote. We also have triple quote. Now, triple quote, I can just add it like this: one, two, three, one, two, three. Now, I can decide to what? Break it. It will still give me the result. So look at it. Look at how it breaks it. Now let's see when I had double quotes three times. Okay, I'll add here again. It will still give me the same what? Result. So let's see our outcome. So it's still the same thing. So we are going to move what further? We are going to what? Move further. Now, in case you want to write a list of items, let's see an example of what we want to do again. Uh, let's see an example. Let's say this. We are copy this. We are going to paste it here. I'm going to write. I'm going to use my string. My string. I'm changing the here to be my string. Now, so we can put it inside a bracket to become a list of item. So let's see how I'm going to do it. Let me put it here, and I'll say girl. I'll use command boy. Sorry, I did not use my quotes. Boy, and let's say man. So let's see something like this. Let me break it. Okay, okay. Let me remove the quotes and the comma. So let me break it like this and see our result. You see? So I can also add spaces. Let me add space. For us to add space, you see, I'll separate it from here, separate it from here, separate it from here. So there'll be space. So I've what? Space it. Now let's move further. I'll just show you an example on how you can what? Play with your string. So there's a way you can what? Multiply. You can use your you can just add mass to it and give you results to your string. So let's say my string. let's say my string 2. So we are playing with string now. So let's say string 2, and let's see an example. Okay, string 3, sorry, string 3. Let's see an example of what I just explained. Let's say favor, and I want to multiply that favor. For me to multiply favor, I will say my string 2, my string, okay, let's say my string 4, then equal to, then I'll add this, copy and paste it here. I will say times 5. Now asterisk is what? Times in mathematics. Please take note, asterisk is times in mathematics. Is times in mathematics, okay? Now let's see my result. Let's see my result. Now look at my outcome. I'm going to paste it here. I'll run it. When I run it, you see that it will give me favor times 5. It will give me what? Favor times 5. So just like me using my mathematics to what? Work with string. So it added favor 5 times for me. So I believe you understand what I'm saying. Hello guys, are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, me, are you still in class?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes.
So let's keep it going. Now, there's a way you can check for what your length of what string. Your length of what string. Remember, when we begin this class about keyword, I introduce length to you. Who can remember how we can what make use of our length? Who can tell me the function of length?
Alien.
Okay, len. Thank you for that. So len, now you, so let's see our length. Okay, len. Now move. So we are going to say len bracket. Now we are going to call what? Our string what? Theory. Let's say our string theory. We want to check the length of this, the length of favor. Now for the length of favor is what? 6. So the length of favor is 6. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6. I believe you understand how we check the length. So we are moving forward. There is something we call string indexing in Python. Please, this part I'm going to teach you now is a critical part in Python, and which you need to focus and understand what I'm going to explain. There's something we call was string indexing. String indexing. Now, string indexing is a way you can what? Access different values, or we can access a string. There's a way we can access what? A string. So that is the meaning of indexing. So let's see what Google's talk about string indexing in Python. So I'm going to search for string indexing, and I will share my screen so that's part of Google. Okay, string indexing. Now, string indexing, we are going to see it and see some examples. So, okay, let's move further. Okay, I'm going to show you an example. Okay, I'm going to show you an example, and also I'm going to show you pictures. Pictures. Now, somebody will read for me. Mm. When I share my screen, somebody will read for me. I think Favor will read for me. When you see the screen up.
String indexing. Is a technique used to access individual characters within a string based on their numerical position.
based on what their numerical position. Now, Google have explained it for us. Google have what explained it for us that it's a way you can what access individual characters within a string. Now, for us to access a character or a string character, there's something we call the forward and backward indexing. Now, you can access a character string from the backward, and you can access a character string from what the forward. So I will look for a picture of what I'm want to explain for you, a glance of what I want to explain for you. Now look at this. Did you see Python? Hello? Did you see the Python? The
Yes.
Python. Now, when we are moving forward from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are moving forward. Now, when we are moving backward, when n is 5 in forward, n will be what? 1 minus 1 in backward. So when we are moving backward, it will be minus. When we are moving forward, it will be plus. So we have what? Minus 1. So we can access it as my n as what? 5. We can access n as what? 10. I believe you understand. Hello?
Yes, we do.
So, okay, if you understand, briefly explain for me. I want to learn from you. Briefly explain what you understand.
Okay, what you said is when we are moving forward in Python, the n is 5. But when we are moving backward, it's going to be minus 1. I hope you can hear me now. Can you hear me, sir?
Thank you for that. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Now, now I'm going to show you some examples. I have already shown you how we move from backward to forward. Now, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, you can hear me. So let me show you an example. So I'm sharing my screen back to Google Colab. Create a new tab. I'll move it down. So I'm going to write a text. I'm going to call it what? String indexing. String strings or string indexing. String indexing. Indexing. Now this is the topic, string indexing. Now let me show you an example. So I will copy this. I will copy favor. I will copy favor. I'll move it here. I'll paste it here. I'll call it. Let me call it. Let me call it 5. And since it's 5, now we have favor now. So I'll write a code down here again. I will okay. I'll print. Or okay, let me work with Python, which I just Python. Okay, good. Now, when we are indexing, we use what? We attach the square bracket. We attach the square bracket uh to our variable name. We attach a square bracket to what? Our variable name. So our variable name we are using, is what? My string 5. My string 5. Now we are going to add a square bracket. A square what? Bracket. Now a square bracket. Now we are going to use the index number. Oh, okay. We are going to use the index number. Now in that diagram I showed you, n is what? We can access n with what? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You have it here.
In that diagram I showed you, we can access n with what?
If we are moving forward, it will be 5.
So let's add 5. Let me run. Let's see if that diagram is correct. You see n, when I remove it and place it as -1, n, I believe you see that what uh the diagram says is right. So yeah, you can also what? Check for the length, and you can also you can access for the length, and you can also access it. Now let's look for the last character in that string. Okay, let's look for the last character in that string. Now look at how I'm going to look for the last character in that string. Now we all know that -1 is what? Is n. -1 is what? N. So at let's see this. Let us see this. Okay, so let me add length, and let's say string 5. Is this string 5 I'm going to use? Okay, let me just add string, yes, string 5 bracket. Now let's see our result. You see it's still n. I just use it to check the length, and when I check the length and I use -1, it produced n for us. So it will bring out what? The last character in string using what? Length function. So let's move on. Now if you want to check the last character, you can check. So hello guys.
Yeah,
Should
with
I
you.
continue? Should I continue?
Yes.
Or I've overloaded you guys? Have I overloaded you guys? So let's play for some minutes before we move forward. So have I overloaded you guys? So let's see if we can continue or we can end the class. So let's see. Let me ask Favor. Favor, have I overloaded you or you want us to continue?
We can continue.
Okay, Akpan, can we continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue then. So we are going to also move to a new topic we called string slicing. Now, when you hear the word slicing, what comes to your mind? Huh? What comes to your mind when you hear the word slicing? What comes to your mind? String slicing. When you hear the word slicing, what comes to your mind? Hello. I want you to interact with me so that
Uh, okay, the word slicing is to cut.
cuts.
Like yes.
Yeah, it's to cut. Okay. Now, when we talk about slicing is like fetching. It's like fetching characters, like fetching string characters in a string. So we are cutting, okay? We are cutting. So we have looked about what indexing. So we want to look about slicing, how to get a particular um, value or characters or text. So let's move on. Let's move on. So I'm going to show you an example. Now for me to okay, let me copy this. Let me just copy this. I believe I've explained. So let me copy this. Let me make it. I'll make it as six. I'll use six. Six. So six. Now we have six. So we are in example six. Now look at it. I want to fetch a particular character. I can just cut it. Now for me to do it, look at it. I'll just copy this. I will index. Now I have to get the index number. Now the index number I need from let's say I need from 0 to 3. How am I going to do it? I'm going to apply 0 here and I will use our column, then 3. So it will give me that range from range 0 to 3. Let's say range 0 to 3. Range 0 to 3 is what? Range 0 to 3 is what? Hello?
PYT.
Hello? P
Yeah.
PYT. Is it PYT?
Yes.
Why is it PYT?
PYTH.
Why is it PYTH?
Zero is one. Zero. P is zero. Y is one. T is two. And H is three.
Are you sure you are correct? Did you see it? Did you see it? It did not give
Yes.
us H. So
H.
it's PYT. So I was asking questions. You cannot defend why is it PYT, Akbar. Can you defend why is PYT? Can you defend it? Hello, Akbar.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
defend?
I
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, defend it for me.
So so that three is the index. So that three represents the first three letters. That's index three. The first three letters.
Okay.
Yes.
Starting for zero. Hello. Can you hear me? You have not finished now. Hello.
We have it here.
You have not finished, Joe. Akpam, is Akpam in class?
So I'm in class,
You did
sir.
not answer the question, no.
I answered. I answered.
You did not answer it. Look at it now. You say it's three index, right? And we are using
Yes, sir.
forward. We are using forward indexing. Now, forward indexing started with 0 to what? 3. Now, when we count 0 to 3, it's forward indexing now. 1, 0. Look at it, 0, 1, 2. 2 is supposed to give us this pyt. If we can't, 0, 1, 2 give us what? Pyt. But we added 3, it gave us pyt. Who can tell me the reason why is it giving us 3? Why is it giving us pyt? Is there any solution? Let's solve
It's
this
because of
problem.
that colon. I didn't mean you did a square bracket.
Okay, okay, eh, okay. Basically, in programming, that shows
So
when
are
it
you hearing
reach
me?
three.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
I
Can I
said I didn't
continue?
mean you did my string 6, then you did 3 inside the square bracket. That is when it would have given us that pyth, because it would have started from 0 to
Okay,
3.
let
That
me
would have been
remove
all
let
letters.
me remove it
But
now.
since that colon,
Wait, let me remove it now. It
okay.
gave us H. It gave us H. It's not correct. What you explain is not
Okay.
correct.
The what it means is range of 0 to 3. So immediately it reach 3 is going to stop. That shows it's not counting the 3, but immediately it get there, it's going to terminate. It's going to halt the counting. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. What you mean you are smart?
That is, I know that is what we do use in loop in programming.
Yeah,
So
look.
it will not count it.
Yeah, a computer science student. Are you a
Yes,
computer science student?
yes.
Ah, I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. You need an award. Let me just let me just close this class and give you certificate so that you can go home. Oh, Favor, do you understand? Sika Akpam, do you understand now?
I don't understand. Please, can you explain? I didn't really get him.
Okay, Favor, do you understand?
Yes, I understand from what he
Okay,
said that it
please
means
explain.
range.
Okay, please explain
That it
for us.
means that it means range from 0 to 3.
From 0 to 3. So, but when we count 0 to 3 in forward indexing, look at it: 0, 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to give us pyth. You understand? But now it's giving us pyt. Do you understand? Now let's do this. Let me explain in details for you again. Please, you guys should pay attention. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention. Hmm? Now this is how slicing work. Now, uh, we give it. We tell the system to start with an index. To start with what? An index of what? 0. Okay? And stop at 3 at the range of what? 3. You understand? Hello?
Yes, I understand now. I understand.
We tell this computer to start from what? 0. Start from 0. 0. Give me a range from 0 that will give us 3 what? Value. Do you understand? Uh, Favor, do
Yes,
you
yes,
understand
sir.
now?
Understand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, when I tell the computer, give me a range that will start from 4, that will start from 0 and a value of 3 or 4. You will see it when I add 4, it will give me H. It gave me h because I tell the system to give me the range of 1 to 4 values. Okay, 1 to 4 value. It should start from what? 0. So that is how Python work. Now remember, if we want to count normally in forward indexing, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for me to get 5, I have to tell the system to give me range of what? 6. Range from 6. So a range of 6. Now it will start from 0. It will give me 5. Look at it. It will give me 5. Did you see it? Did you see it gave me a range of 6?